basically when I was younger, my parents were always sport players. Like, they always would play sports. Like, my mom is in the Hall of Fame in her high school for sports and stuff. So they were really good athletes. So, of course, when it was my turn, I would be signed up for all these, like, basketball, soccer, baseball, football. And I was like, wow, I really don't like this.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, okay, so in second grade, she was like, you can decide what you want to do. And while on top of all of these sports, my mom signed me up for this one dance class at the Gorham Recreational Center with Miss Ashley. So,
really?
And I loved going there every single week. I was like, I am ready to do this. So my mom was like, so do you want to keep playing sports or do you want to sign up for a class at the Dance Studio Maine? And I was like, dance. 100%. It is dance. So then the next year, my mom signed me up for this all-boys hip-hop class, which is normally like the first class for most boys because it has all boys just like themselves who just want to like try out dance or something.
Is that the picture on the wall?
Yeah. And I remember showing up in jeans and a sweater with like some dress shoes on. And I'm like, I'm ready to do this. And I was like, I loved going, like I loved it so much. So my mom was like, so do you really want to think about taking taking more consideration on making this like something you want to do all the time?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. So the next year I auditioned for the recreational company.
Yeah.
And I remember auditioning for jazz without having any jazz background. Like I was like, okay, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I remember making it for hip hop and jazz. And I just remember the first time ever competing, like ever, like being on the stage, I started to cry of happiness. I was like, oh my god, why am I crying right now? I was like smiling, but it was like dripping down. So that was kind of like the time and I was like, I know I want to do this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have moments like that you're like, wow, like I can take this and really run with it?
I feel like it was like when I first, like we went to West Coast as I was a little fourth grader, like ready to take on the world. And I remember showing up to the auditions, like not being able to take up choreography very well. And I remember forgetting the whole thing. And then when it came to the improv, I was like, I'm ready to show up my leg extension. So I was like, here we are. And I lift my leg up and they were all like, and I was like, and I remember getting a scholarship and I was like, wow, I think I can actually do this.
Yeah.
So I feel like working hard, like I feel like it's just like something that you can just achieve things with.
So you said you cried at your first competition. Is that like all you can remember from your first competition?
I just remember like going on, like starting to dance and I was like, wow, this is so fun. And then I just remember like my first award ceremony and we got like a platinum for my hip hop dance and I was like, oh my god. And they were like, why are you crying? And I was like, I'm so happy. And they were like, do you know what that means? And I was like, no, I have no clue what this means. And I was like, they were like, then why are you crying? And I was like, because we got an award.
We did it, guys.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.